Very good morning, dear students. Am I audible?
Good morning, sir.
Very good morning. Okay. Shall we start the class then? Others, shall we start the class then? Yes, who all are active? Kindly raise your hands. Who all are active? Kindly raise your hands. Manoj, Arpita. Yes, only 11 members, 13 members are active then. Out of 33, 17 members, 18 members. Hi, good morning, everyone. It's 20 now. Slightly it is increasing. Yes, out of 34, 22 members are active. The remaining are just they turned on this meeting and they went, isn't it? Okay, please raise your hand. Okay, leave your hand. Okay, thank you. Okay, so yes, can anybody tell me yesterday what we were discussing? What is the difference between combination circuit and a sequential circuit? Yes, Krutika is here. Krutika, yes. Krutika, yes. Yes, Krutika, can you just tell me one or two differences between combination circuit and sequential circuits? How they are different? Yes, Mohit. Mohit is here. Mohit,
Yes, sir.
what is the difference between combination circuit and sequential circuit, Mohit?
Sir, in combinational logic circuits, memory is not present, but in
Very
sequential logic circuits, memory is present.
okay, very good then. Hmm.
No feedback from output and input, sir. In combinational and in sequential, there is feedback.
Very good, very good. Okay, so because of this, yes, thank you, Mohit. Okay, so because of this, what happens is, so if I want to store any digital value in the form of, let's say, if you want to send information, so before sending information, we need to store the information. So if I use a combination circuit, it is not possible for me to store the values. So therefore, what we are going is, so we have understood how we can create a combination circuit. Now we are going one step ahead. That is nothing but sequential circuit. So in sequential circuit, there are two types of circuits we are going to see. One we call it as a latch and one we call it as a flip-flop or resistors we call it as. So the difference between flip-flop and latch is that this latch, it is, of course, it is having a feedback, but there will be no any external signal like a clock will be there to monitor or to control the variations in the input signal. And once again, I'm repeating, in latch, of course, it is a sequential circuit, but we will be not giving a clock pulse to the latch circuit. Whereas in the case of flip-flops, we will be giving the latch clock signal to the input to the circuit. How this will make the difference between latch and the clocked flip-flop or a sequential circuit? Today we are going to see it. Okay, so the first thing, if you want to understand the sequential circuit, means the first and foremost things what you are supposed to understand is you need to know the working principle of the SR latch. This SR latch, it is also called as a set and reset latch, we call it as, or it is also in a conventional method, it is called as a SR latch, or it is also called as a flip flop. Okay, so before how exactly it works, so let us try to understand the working principle of this SR latch. So in the SR latch, one thing you need to remember is, so we will be having a two outputs, one we call it as a Q and one more we call it as a Q bar. This Q and Q bar will be complement to each other. If q is equal to 1 means q bar will be definitely it has to be 0. If q is equal to 0 means then q bar has to be 0. So this is how we have created a circuit in the case of sequential circuit. Okay, so with this mindset, let us try to understand the behavior or working principle of this SR latch. Okay, so you can see what we have created. We have used this. So we have used two NOR gate. We have used NOR gate. One input signal we have given to S, and one more input signal we have given to R. And the output of one NOR gate, it has been fed back to the input of the second NOR gate, and the output of one more, this NAND gate, that is NOR gate B gate, it has been fed as an input to the A NOR gate. Okay, so in order to understand this scenario, so let us try to give, or let us try to feed the values for this A and B terminals. A and B terminals. Okay, so you can see, let us call this as a NOR gate A and this called as a NOR gate B. Can you able to see this diagram, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Okay, okay. See, before, let us see, as we know that there are two inputs S and R. So if there are two inputs means, then we can get four combinations. So what are the combinations we will be getting? 0 0, 1 0, 0 1 and 1 1 we have created. So since in order to some explanation is there, so that is why we have changed the order. So the change of order in the input signal does not affect. Okay, and you try to understand what is how this NOR gate will behave. Okay, so when the input is equal to 0 0, you'll be getting 1, whereas for the rest of the cases the output will be 0 0 0. So means what? Both the input has to be 0. Any one of the input is 1, irrespective of the other terminal, the output will be 0 only. So therefore we are making use of this NOR gate, and of course we can do this SR latch by using NAND gate also. But for the simplification or for easy understanding, we are taking this NOR implementation of SR latch. Okay, so this we call it as a SR latch. So S means it is called as a set, and R means it is called as a reset. Setting means storing the value, and reset means deleting the value whatever you have stored in the memory. Okay, so let us try to understand what, when I give this S is equal to 1 and R is equal to 0, what happens to this circuit? Let us try to understand. Okay, and we don't know initially, some values will be stored or some values will be there in the Q and Q bar. Some values will be there in the Q and Q bar, but since we are starting initially, no, so we don't know what actually those values. Let us assume that we don't know what is Q and Q bar. We don't know what is Q and Q bar. We don't know initial. Okay, so initially we don't know. Initially we don't know. Okay, so now you can see here, when I give S is equal to 1 and R is equal to 0, what happens to this? Let us try to understand. Yes, can anybody tell me what is the output of B gate? What is the output of B gate?
Zero.
0. Why? Because see, in any one of the input is 1 means the NOR gate output will be 0. So therefore you will be getting the output is equal to 0 only. So therefore what I will do is, so when S is equal to 1, R is equal to 0, so your Q bar is equal to 0. Okay, so now you can see here, this Q bar, it is fed back to this gate A. Now what happens? This Q will be appearing over here. Now what is this? 0 0. So what is the output of NOR gate? 0 0.
1.
Yes, 1. So therefore you can able to see the Q will be 1. So therefore you will be having Q is equal to 1. So now you can see here, when S is equal to 1 and R is equal to 0, so the output of Q and Q bar, you can see complement to each other, 1 and 0. Okay, so now let us try to take this second case. Okay, so let us try to take this case. Let us try to take this case 0 1. So what happens to this? Okay, so let us try to take that one. Okay, so now what is this? We are taking S is equal to 0, S is equal to 0 and R is equal to 1. Okay, so now you can see here 1 is there in Q. So this you have feeding to B terminal, 0 and 1. What is the output?
Sir, for 0 it should be 1 for Q bar.
0 and yes, Q bar will be 0. So it has not changed. Q bar is equal to 0. So now what happens? I will feed this to over here. Now you can see R is
Excuse
1.
me, sir.
Yes, very good. Yes, tell me.
Sir, if S is 0, sorry, if S is 0,
Ah,
then after we pass to the NOR gate, it should be 1, na, sir, for the output.
which one?
Sir, for the S, I mean, the
Ah,
same case 0 and 1. if we have taken S equal to 0, then the output should be 1, sir.
No, why it is 1? Because the other terminal is 1, no? 1 NOR with 0, it will be 0, right?
Okay.
See, you said 0, correct? But what is the other terminal? Other terminal is 1, right?
Yes, sir.
Previous case, you can see what is the Q? It is 1. So this 1 and 0 will be 0. Okay?
Okay, sir.
Okay. I think Naveen Kumar, I think you have pinpointed yourself. I think you please unpin from yourself. Naveen Kumar Singh. Okay. So now you can see what happens when S is equal to 0. What happens? This Q bar is equal to 0. Okay, so Q bar is equal to 0. Now 0 will be here. A gate you consider. 1, 0. What is the output? 1, 0. What is the output? 1, 0. 0. So therefore what happens is this Q will become 0. Since Q has become 0, this terminal has changed. So therefore what happens is, so the B terminal output will also change. So what is the output? You can see now it is 0 and S is equal to 0. So the what is the output of this B gate? 0 not with 0. What is the output? 1. Very good. So it will become 1. Yes, very good. It will become a 1. So therefore, you can see when S is equal to 0 and R is equal to 1, what happens is your Q is become 0 and Q bar is equal to 1. Is that clear? Is that clear? Is that clear? See, because if you understand this, the remaining everything, it will be easy. If you do not understand this means, then the entire concept, the next case, it will be very difficult for you to understand. Is that clear? Shall we go next?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now what is this? Q is equal to 0 is there and Q bar is equal to 1 is there. Now let us try to take this condition. Okay, what is this? S is equal to 0 and R is equal to 0. So S is equal to 0 and R is equal to 0. Now what happens? You can see here. What is Q? Q is 0 is there. So 0 with 0. What is NOR gate output? What is NOR gate output? 0, 0.
1, sir.
1. So therefore what happens
1,
is,
sir.
yes, what happens is this Q bar will be 1. So Q bar is equal to 1. So Q bar is 1. Next, this 1 will be feeding to next to this gate. So what happens is 1 NOR with 0. What is the output?
1, sir.
0. 1 NOR with 0, 0. Isn't it? Isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now you see here, carefully observe over here. This is very, very important step. Why we are taking this later stages. See, when S is equal to 0, 1, what is Q bar output? This Q output was 0 and Q bar output was 1. Now you have changed the input terminal. What you have changed? You have changed the input terminal. S is equal to 0 and R is equal to 0. So you can see whatever the previous value you have. So the same value has been returned. The same value has been returned. So what indicates that when S is equal to 0 and R is equal to 0, whatever the output you have in the previous stage, so the same output will be retained. Okay, so means what? There will be no change over here. So whatever the output is there, right? So if the previous case, if the output was this, now if you change S is equal to 0 and R is equal to 0 means, so it will be Q will be 1 and Q bar is equal to 0. Okay, so are you able to understanding what exactly it is happening in when S is equal to 0 and R is equal to 0? So when you give R is equal to 0, S is equal to 0, the previous state will be retained. Is that clear? Is that clear? Hello? Hello?
Yes, sir. Clear.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Now there is a one last configuration. You check it out. Okay. So now what is this last configuration? When S is equal to 1 and R is equal to 1. So let us take that the Q and Q bar is holding the same value. Okay, q and q bar is holding the same value because 0 and 1 is there, so it is holding the same value. Now let us try to understand. So when s is equal to 1, what happens? R is equal to 1, what happens? Try to understand. Okay, so now you can see here 0 B gate. So you can see 0 nor with 1. What is the output?
Zero. Zero, sir.
0. Yes, q bar has become 0. Q bar has become 0. So q bar has become 0. Okay, so now you can see this 0. It has changed. Okay, so now 1 with 0. What is the output of NOR gate?
0, sir.
0.
Zero.
So yes, q will be 0. So now you can see here when s is equal to 1, r is equal to 1, both q and q bar are becoming 0. So means I told you, right, what is this? Q plus q bar always should be equal to 1. Q plus q bar should always is equal to 1. But for this condition, when s is equal to 1, r is equal to 1, this condition is not satisfying. This condition is not satisfying. Why? Because we have designed a sequential circuit in such a way that always when q is equal to 0 means the q bar has to be complement of that. Q bar has to be complement of that. But when s is equal to 1, r is equal to 1, this condition is not holding. So what we can come to a conclusion that SR latch does not provide an output, desired output when s is equal to 1, r is equal to 1. So therefore, what we will do is for S and R combination, we will call it as an undefined state. We will call it as an undefined state. Undefined state. We call it as an undefined state. Okay, why it is called as undefined state? Because q is also holding the value 0 and q bar is also holding the value. So the purpose of our sequential circuit is to get a q and q bar and both has to be complement to each other. Since in this case it is not happening, so therefore what we can say is that when for this condition, when s is equal to 1, r is equal to 1, the SR latch will not produce a desired output. So therefore we call it as an undefined condition. Are you understood? Did you understood this one? Yes, Arpita.
Yes, sir. Understood, sir.
Understood, right? See, because the remaining 4 to 5 concepts, it is related to this only. Yes, Krupa, Kumar. Yes, Manish. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Understood
Yes,
clearly?
sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Yes, Mohit. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Pratham is here. Pratham Kumar. Pratham Kumar. Pratham Kumar.
Yes, sir.
Yes, Pratham, did you understood this SR latch?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so now you can see here this PDF. Okay, so the same PDF we have written it over here in the two cases. Okay, so now you can see here when S is equal to 0, R is equal to 0, either it may be Q is equal to 1 or Q bar is equal to 1. It does not matter. So it will not change the output. Whatever there in the previous case, right? So it will be retained as it is. When S is equal to 0, R is equal to 1, whatever the value is there, right? So the Q will become 0 and Q bar will become 1. So means we call it as a reset state. Now the third condition, when S is equal to 1, R is equal to 0. So we are going to setting the values for this flip-flops. So therefore we call it as a set condition. Whereas for the last case, we call it as a S is equal to 1 and R is equal to 1. We call it as a not allowed, or it is also called as a undefined condition. Did you understood this one? Yes. Did you understood this one? Yes, Pushkar. Others? Nikhil, Nivedita.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, Pushkar.
Sir, for finding the new value of Q and Q bar,
Ah,
okay, if we are putting the new value of S and R, we will use the previous value also of Q and Q bar, sir.
Q and Q bar previous value will be retained. Okay. So when you put the new value, one input terminal, you are giving the new value. But for the other input terminal, you are not giving the value, isn't it? So whatever the output of the previous is there, right? So that will be taken as a input.
So only we will go with Q and Q bar, sir. No, for the previous values.
Yes.
Okay.
Hmm.
Okay, sir.
Okay. So therefore, what we can do is, so we can write an SR latch in this manner. Okay. So now you can see, I will write an SR latch in this manner. Okay. So what is this SR latch? So it will be having a two input. What is that? One is S and R, and it will be having a two output, that is Q and Q bar. It is having a Q and Q bar. Okay. And therefore we call it as, we will write a truth table. Generally, we will not call it as a sequential circuit as a truth table. We call it as a characteristics expression or equations we call it as. Okay. So the characteristics expression for your SR latch will be written in this manner. Okay. For this SR latch will be written in this manner. So please make a note of this. S is equal to 1, R is equal to 1, and Q and Q bar. Okay. So let us take 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0, and 1, 1. Okay. When S is equal to 1 and R is equal to 0, when S is equal to 0 and R is equal to 0, so there is no change in the input and we don't know what exactly. So therefore, whatever the Q is there, right? So that value will be retained when S is equal to 0, R is equal to 1. Second condition, when S is equal to 0, R is equal to 1, it is a reset condition. So therefore, your Q will be 0 and Q bar is equal to 1. Third one, when S is equal to 1, we call it as a set condition. Set condition means we are setting the memory to is equal to 1. Okay, so therefore, your Q will be 1 and Q bar is equal to 0. For the last condition, what we call it as, it is undefined, or it is also called as a not allowed condition. Not allowed condition. So if they ask you to explain the SR latch, means you are supposed to write down the NOR gate. This you should explain, and these are the cases you need to consider, and what is the output you are going to get. So that has to be explained. So therefore, that is what in this PDF they have explained over here. Okay, so now you can see the case one, what they have taken is, when S is equal to 0, R is equal to 0, they have taken the condition. Second case, when S is equal to 1, R is equal to 1, S is equal to 0, R is equal to 1, they have taken. And S is equal to 1, R is equal to 0, they have taken. And the last case, they have taken S is equal to 1 and R is equal to 1. Is that clear? Did you understood this one? Shall we go next? Ishmanish, Manasa.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. So now what we want to do is, we want to see when I change the input signal for this SR latch, when I change the input signal to this SR latch, so the corresponding output you are getting. Okay. So now if I change yes, means then depending upon the previous value of Q and Q bar, you are getting the output. But what I want to do is, I want to control this even though if there is a change in input signal, whenever I want to change in the output, only at that instant of time I want to get the output. So in order to control this signal, so for this SR latch, we are feeding one more signal, and this signal we call it as a clock signal. Okay, so when I introduce this clock signal, so if the clock signal is high only, then if there is a change in S and R value, then you are supposed to get a Q and Q bar. If C is equal to 0 means, then it should not affect to your SR latch. Even if you change the values, the Q and Q bar should not work. Okay, so this is how I want to design. So such a circuit we are going to call it as a SR flip-flops. We call it as a such a circuit we call it as a SR flip-flop, or it is also called as a SR clocked SR flip-flop. It is called as a, okay, it is clocked SR latch. Also it is called as clocked SR latch. Clocked SR latch we call it as clocked SR latch we call it as. Okay. Okay, so therefore you can see here in the digital circuitry, always we use an synchronous clock. Okay, so always we give a clock to the synchronous circuit. So whenever the clock will change, only at that instant the output we want to change it. Okay, so therefore we will be feeding this clock. And when you create this clock, no, there are two types of working in this clock. One we call it as a positive triggered clock, and one more we call it as a negative triggered clock. Okay, negative edge triggered clock and positive edge triggered clock. So what we mean by negative triggered clock and positive edge triggered clock is that, see, when input goes from 0 to high, when input goes from 0 to high for the clock signal, then only your output will change. In rest of the cases, it will not change. This we call it as a positive edge clock. This we call it as a positive edge clock. If the input or if the outputs are changing, when the clock it is going from high to low, then this we call it as a negative edge clock. Okay, always the clock will work in this manner. Now, in order to include this clock, you can see here the SR latch what we have used, So the SR latch what we have used, for this SR latch only, I am adding one AND gate. For this AND gate, I am giving a clock signal. One clock signal. So now you can see here, this we call it as a clocked SR flip-flops. Okay, we call it as a clocked SR flip-flop, we call it as. Now you can see here, when clock is high means whatever the value you feed for S and R, so those values will be will enter into the system and the corresponding output you will be getting. When clock is equal to 0, your system or your circuit will not work. Okay, so means what? We have included some controlling mechanism. So whenever there is a change in clock only, that change in clock should appear in my output terminal. If clock is not I have applied means, then this circuit will not work. So therefore it is called as a clocked SR flip-flop. Okay, so you can see here, when C is equal to 0, the output of both AND gates. So the output of both AND gate, if C is equal to 0, so output of both AND gate G and H are 0. So Q cannot change the latch. So it will not operate. So therefore it is called as a non-operational mode of working the SR latch. However, if you change C is equal to 1, then depending upon the set value and reset value, your SR latch will work, and depending upon that, your output will changes. Okay, so therefore the circuit will work. Okay, when C is equal to 1. So this we call it as a SR flip-flop, or it is also called as a clocked SR flip-flop. Are you able to understanding? Yes. Yes. Okay. So the circuit diagram now little bit changes will happen. So what is that circuit diagram? Little bit changes is happens is, since we have included a clock, right, for your SR latch. So your S and R, and what is that we have used? And we have used the Q and Q bar you have used. Okay. So now what happens? Let us try to understand. Okay. Let us try to understand. Okay, so when your clock is 0, so what is the condition of your SR latch? Yes, Pushkar, when clock is 0, what is the condition of your SR latch?
Sir, the S and R should be 0 and Q and Q bar will be no changes will be there.
Yes, see, S and SR, there is no effect of this S and SR only. Irrespective of S and SR, your SR clock will not work. Just wait a minute. Yes, Pushkar. See, irrespective of the values, S and R value, when your clock is equal to 0, it does not bother. So the memory or the SR latch will not work, and whatever the values it was there in the previous, so those values will be retained. So therefore what I will be writing is, for S, I will be writing cross, and for R, I will be writing cross. Why? Because it does not affect When clock is equal to 0, whether irrespective S is taking a value or not, we are not bothered. Your SR latch will not work or your SR flip-flop will not work. So therefore what I do is I apply a don't care condition for S and R. So this we call it as a don't care. It does not depend. It does not depend upon S and R. Your Q and Q bar will be, it will retain the previous case. Okay. So now when S clock is equal to 1, so now you tell me when S is equal to 0 and R is equal to 0, what is the output? Yes, Arpita, what is the output when S is equal to 0, R is equal to 0? Yes. Yes, Monisha is here. Monisha.
Yes, sir.
Yes, Monisha, tell me the output when S is equal to 0, R is equal to 0. What is the output? Q and Q bar. Just now we wrote right in the previous stage.
Yes, sir. Q and Q bar.
Yes, it will not change. So it will be remains the values only. Previous case, it will be Q and Q bar. Yes, now tell me what is the remaining three conditions, Monisha. When S is equal to 0, R is equal to 1, what is the value?
When S is equals to 0, R is equal to 1, Q is 0, Q bar is 1.
Yes, very good. When S is equal to 1, R is equal to 0.
When S is equal to 1, R is equal to 1, Q is 1 and Q bar is 0.
Q is 1, S is equal to 1, R is equal to 0, Q is equal to 1, Q bar is equal to 0. What about the last condition? When S is equal to 1, R is equal to... Yes, it is undefined or not allowed. It is undefined or not allowed. Okay, so this is how your clocked SR is different from your SR latch. This we call it as a SR latch, but if you are applying a clock means then it is called as a clocked SR. We call it as, it is called as a clocked SR. Okay, or it is also called as, it is a SR flip-flop. It is called as SR flip-flop. It is called. Okay, it is called as a SR flip-flop. Yes, any doubts? Any doubts? All right. Okay. So next we will move on to the next one. So okay. So the next one we call it as a, okay. So you can see here there are two types of triggerings are there. One we call it as a positive edge triggering and one more we call it as a negative edge triggering. So in positive edge triggering, what happens is you can see the state will change from 0 to 1 when it is low to high. Means output will change from when the clock will change from low to high. For rest of the cases, it will not change. And if it is a negative edge triggering means then the output will change from high to low. Okay, so these are two types of clocks we will be using. Okay. So the next one we call it, see, depending upon this flip-flop, there are different types of flip-flops we can use or we can create. One we call it as a D flip-flop, one we call it as a T flip-flop, and one we call it as a SR flip-flop, and one more we call it as a JK flip-flop. Okay, so depending upon how we are going to design the flip-flops, so based upon that we can create. So these are the different types of flip-flops we can create. Okay, so the first one we call it as a D, second one we call it as a T, and anyway we have already learned SR flip-flop, and the next one we are going to learn about a JK flip-flop. Okay, so are you ready? Shall we do this JK flip-flop? What exactly it is happening? Yes? No? Yes, Nivedita, shall we start?
Yes, sir.
Yes, Nivedita, tell me what was the problem in SR flip-flop? What was the problem in SR flip-flop? Yes, anyone? Anybody tell me what was the problem is with SR flip-flop?
Sir, for 0, 0 and 1, 1, the values of Q bar and Q was not defined, sir.
For which values? Input?
For input 0, 0 and 1, 1.
So for S and R, for the input 1, 1, the Q and Q bar as not defined, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, very good. So that was a problem in SR flip-flops. When S is equal to 1 and R is equal to 1, so the output was not defined. So that is not a feasible method of implementing a flip-flop. So therefore, what we want to do is, we want to avoid this undefined condition. So we want to change that undefined condition to defined condition. So in order to overcome that drawback, so we will be creating one more type of flip-flop, and that flip-flop we call it as a JK flip-flop. Okay, and this JK flip-flop, it is very easy for you people to understand, provided if you understand the SR flip-flop. Okay, so now you try to carefully observe over here is, so how I have created a JK flip-flop, how I created a JK flip-flop. Now you everyone you know that, right? So what is this? It is a SR flip-flop. So okay, so it is a SR flip-flop. So this is this is S input and this is R input. Okay, so now what I have done for this SR flip-flops, I am providing a clock. I am providing the clock. Okay, so this terminal, I will call it as a, let us say it is yes only. Don't call it as a J. Let us say it is yes only, and let us say it is R only. See, I have changed anything. I have just simplified the circuit and I have put the box over here. That's all. Okay. So now what I am trying to do is, you can see here, the Q output is there, right? So this Q output I am feeding back to your yes. I am feeding back to your yes. Similarly, the Q bar output I am feeding back to your yes terminal. I am feeding back to your yes terminal. Did you understood this one? How I have created this circuit, JK flip-flop? Yes? No?
Sir.
Understood? Okay, so the same SR flip-flop only I have taken, but the thing is, I have just created one feedback loop. What feedback loop I have created is, the Q I have fed back to your yes terminal, and your Q bar I have fed back to your yes, this is yes terminal, and this is for R terminal. That's all. Q I have fed back to your R terminal, and Q bar I have fed back to your yes terminal. Okay. So let us try to put the values for this yes and R, what happens to over here. Okay. So for understanding, for simple understanding, okay. So let us take, what we will do is, always clock will be 1. Let us take always clock will be 1. Okay. And what we will take it is initial conditions of Q and Q bar we need to take, right? So initial conditions of Q and Q bar, we will take it as 0 and 1. Okay. So now what we will do is, we will give a input to this this one. We will give a input to this. Okay. So what is this? So this is yes. Let us say it is yes and R only, we will treat it. Okay. So now tell me what is the output will happen. So when S is equal to 0, R is equal to 0, for this circuit, what is the output, you tell me. For the new values of Q and Q bar, you tell me what will be the case. Yes, can anybody tell me what is the values or what is the output of this case? Yes. Yes, anyone? What is the output?
Sir, Q bar
Q is
1.
how it is Q, it will be 1.
1 and 0 and 1, sir. It will be a 0 and then
Okay. We will analyze. Okay, man. Yes, good. How you analyze it is good. Good. Okay. Okay. So now you can see here, always clock will be 1, right? So this terminal will be 1. Okay. So now what is this? We know that Q is equal to 0 and Q bar is equal to 1. So now I am feeding back over here. So what is this? This will be 1. Okay. So now what is yes? Yes is equal to 0. So now what you got? 1, 0, 1. It is an AND gate. All the input has to be 1. Then only output is equal to 1. Since 1, 0, 1 condition, the output will be 0. So your S is equal to 0 and your R will be, now you check R. What is that R? Clock is 1. Your R is equal to 0 and your Q is equal to 0. So 1, 0, 0 condition. So 1, 0, 0 means what is the output of AND gate? It is a 0. Okay, so now what happens is, so when S is equal to 0, R is equal to 0, what is the SR flip-flop output? Yes, Naveen, when S is equal to 0, R is equal to 0, what is the SR flip-flop output? Is anyone? Just now we have studied, right?
Defined.
When S is equal to 0 and R is equal to 0. Yes, Arpita? Yes. Yes, Monica is here. Yes, Manasa. Anyone? Don't know? At least you say yes or no.
Sir, Q
Manish, your voice is not audible, Manish. We will treat it. When S is equal to 0, R is equal to 0, what happens is the Q will be again, it will be 0, okay, and Q bar will be 1, and Q bar will be 1, because when S is equal to 0, R is equal to 0, we know that SR flip-flop, it will not change. So whatever the previous case is there, right? So that will be retained. Okay, so now let us try to understand what happens to the next condition. What happens to the next condition? Okay, so next condition what? The next condition is, so we will try to take the next condition. So what is the next condition is when S is equal to 0, R is equal to 1. S is equal to 0, R is equal to 1. So now we can see here when S is equal to 0, what happens is, since anyway it is 1 is there. So 1, 0, 1. So again S will be 0. Now this condition you check it out. What is this? It is 0 is there, 1, 1, 0. So 1, 1, 0 is nothing but it is 0 only. Okay, it is 0 only. So this condition will not now work it out. So now what we will do is we will take for 1 and 0. We will take this 1 and 0 and we will try to understand. So we can do this, otherwise it will be a problem. So therefore what we will do is we will take other condition. Just wait a minute. Okay, so let us take Q is equal to 1 and Q bar is equal to 0. Okay, and Q bar is equal to 0. Okay, so now let us try to understand. When S is equal to 0 and R is equal to 1, what is the condition? We will take it up. Okay, so now what happens is clock is 1, your this is 1, and also your K R is equal to 1. So therefore your R will be 1 and your S will be 0. 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 So for 0 and 1, what is the output? Yes, Manish, when S is equal to 0, R is equal to 1, what is the output of SR latch or SR clocked flip-flop? Yes, others? Are you able to understanding? No, yes.
Yes, sir, quite confusing. Sir.
Yes, little bit it is confusing, Pushkar, but
Yes.
you need to practice it. I can understand little bit it is confusing, but you need to practice it. Okay. Yes, tell me, Pushkar. When S is equal to 0, R is equal to 1, what is the SR flip-flop condition? Just now we wrote it right. Just now we wrote it right. This diagram. When S is equal to 0, R is equal to 1, what is Q and Q bar?
So 0 and 1, sir.
Yes, very good. It is 0 and 1. So what you'll be getting is, so you'll be getting a 0 and 1 condition you'll be getting. Okay. So now, see, means what we are trying to say is this. See, whatever you are using this S and R, right? So it is holding, whatever I am saying, it is JK flip-flop, right? So it is working with S and R flip-flop only, but with only one change is there. That is nothing but when S is equal to 1 and R is equal to 1, there is a quite difference is there. So let us try to understand what is the output of this JK flip-flop when S is equal to 1, R is equal to 1, or let us say when J is equal to 1, R is equal to K is equal to 1, what is the output? Let us try to understand. Okay, so what I'm trying to say is this JK flip-flop, it is nowhere different in SR flip-flop only the we are feeding back the input terminal, that's all. your JK flip-flop will work with SR flip-flop only for all the cases. What is that? When S is equal to 0, R is equal to 0, both SR and JK flip-flop, it is getting the same output. When S is equal to 0, R is equal to 1, your both SR and JK flip-flop will get the same output. When S is equal to 1, R is equal to 0, again same output. But when S is equal to 1 and R is equal to 1, there is a difference is there. So that difference we will try to understand this in this diagram. Okay, so let us try to give the values. Okay, so when J is equal to 1 and K is equal to 1, see, we can change the intername, we can interchange these names. Okay, don't bother about this JK and SR, we can change these names. But since there we have done some modifications, okay, so that is why we are calling it as a J and K. Okay, so we are calling it as a J and K. Now let us try to give, when J is equal to 1 and K is equal to 1, what is the output, we will try to understand. Okay, yes, tell me what is the output of this. Yes, Pushkar, what is the first AND gate output? First AND gate, what is the output of the first AND gate?
So what will be the input of the input, sir?
See, if J is 1 you are giving, K is equal to 1 you are giving. What is this output of AND gate? I am asking, that's all.
Sir, 1.
Output of AND gate is 1. How it is 1?
Because all 3 inputs.
Yes, go, very good, Manish. So you can see here, you're giving J is equal to 1 and clock way, as I said, we are always giving 1. And now you can see here Q bar is 1 is there. So this Q bar is 1, I have fed it over here. Now you can see 1, 1, 1. So when all are 1, your S will be 1. Okay.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Sir, from where the third one came, sir? I mean, one is J equal to 1, directly we are giving.
Okay.
Second is from the right side we are getting. And
Okay.
the third one, where it is coming, sir?
That is clock pulse, Pushkar. That is clock pulse. We always giving it is 1. For understanding, we always giving it is 1.
Okay.
Means your clock pulse will, or your flip-flop will work only when clock is equal to 1. If it is 0, it will not work.
Okay, sir.
Okay, now you can see S is equal to 1 you got. Okay, so now what about second AND gate output? Yes, anyone? What about the second AND gate output?
And so it will be 1, sir.
It will be 0. It will be
0.
1.
Yes, sir. 0, 0. Yes.
Yes, it will be 0. Why? Because since you are feeding this 0 back to over here, so 1, 1, 0 will be 0. Okay. So now you tell me what is the SR output for S is equal to 1 and R is equal to 0. Yes, what is the output of SR clock flip-flop when S is equal to 1 and R is equal to 0? Yes, Mahendra.
Sir, 1 0.
Yes, it is 1 0. It is 1 0. Very good. Now you please carefully observe over here is, now the input, the Q and Q bar has been changed. So the moment Q and Q bar will change, here slight verification will happen. What verification will happen? You can see here. See now, initially the Q bar was 1. You can see the Q bar was 1. Now the Q bar has become 0. So the moment Q bar has become 0, what happens to this? So this 0 will be appearing over here and this 1 will be appearing over here back. This 1 will be appearing over back. Okay, so now what happens is again the input signals will change. Again the input signals will change. So what will be your S in this case? It is 0, 1, 0. So means what? Your S will be 0 and your R will be 1. Okay, so now what happens is when S is equal to 0 and R is equal to 1, so your Q will become 0 and your Q bar will become 1. Okay, So again what happens, again input output has been changed, again this input will change. So what happens is when j is equal to 1 and k is equal to 1, your q and q bar will toggle with each other. If it is 0 means it will change 1, and if it is 1 means it will change. So means what, q and q bar will be toggling with each other. Why? Because of the feedback what we are giving. Okay, so this is what the difference between your SR flip-flop and a GK flip-flop. Your SR flip-flop and JK flip-flop both are same. For S is equal to 0, R is equal to 0, 0, 1 and 1, 0 condition. But in case of SR flip-flop, for the S is equal to 1, R is equal to 1, it is undefined condition. But whereas in the case of JK flip-flop, we call it as a defined condition. So what happens is, when j is equal to 1 and k is equal to 1, your output will toggle. Toggle means 1 will become 0, 0 will become 1, 1 will become 0, 0 will become 1. So that condition we call it as a toggle condition. So that will happen in the case of JK flip-flop. Have you understood this one? Yes? No?
Little understood.
Yes, Pushkar, you try to put those values. Okay, so you will able to understand.
Yes,
Yes, I can understand, because for the first time, no, the 0 will be feeding back and it will be a little confusing. But if you put the values and see what happens to this, that is where you can able to understand this concept.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so we will stop it over here is. So again, the 5th hour, I will be taking the class because I need to complete the syllabus. So I request all the students kindly join for the 5th hour class. Is that clear?
So 5th hour chemistry class you will take, sir. I mean, in place of chemistry you will take, sir.
Yes, I will be taking.
Okay, sir.
Okay, so please
Sir,
answer
what
your
is
attendance.
IS syllabus? Sir, what is IS syllabus?
IS one module will be complete, will be there, Yadav, and the second module only 2 concepts will be there.
Okay, sir.
Okay, so I will be covering. I will try to cover the first module by Tuesday. Okay. After that, the second module is there. No, some 2 concepts we have included, and those 2 concepts we will be there for your IA.
And sir, what will be the
Uh,
marks division for the chapter, both the modules, sir?
for module 1, I think 30 marks, and module 2 it will be 20 marks.
So when is IS starting?
28.
Okay, sir.
Okay, so today I will be taking one extra class, and tomorrow also I will be taking one extra class, so that I will try to cover by this month, this week only. In the next week, 2 classes I will be taking. Okay, so if I take 2 classes in the next week, Monday, if I take 2 classes, the first module will be completed. The second module, 2 concepts are there. Those are very easy. You can able to clear, means attend the IA easily. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So thank you everyone. Okay, I will take the attendance from this sheet only. So thank you everyone for attending the classes. I will be taking 5th hour. So I request all the students, please attend the 5th hour class also.
So, thank you, sir.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you everyone.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you,
Thank you.
sir.
Okay. Thank you.